The interview room was calm, almost too calm for what would soon become one of the most talked about moments of December 2025. Soft lighting reflected off the neutral backdrop, and the host sat across from Soo Kai with a relaxed smile. It was meant to be a routine promotional interview, the kind that usually focused on upcoming projects and career milestones. Nothing about the setting hinted at the wave of reactions that would follow. Soo Kai appeared composed, dressed in a simple yet elegant outfit that matched the understated tone of the room. He answered the first few questions comfortably. The conversation moved through familiar territory. His recent work, his growth as an actor, and his gratitude toward fans. Everything felt predictable, even slightly formal. Then the host shifted the conversation. With a playful tone, the interviewer mentioned how fans had long admired his on-screen chemistry with Tan Songyun. The question seemed casual, almost harmless. The host asked how he felt about working with her and whether their connection came naturally. Soo Kai paused. It was not a long pause, but it was noticeable. He leaned back slightly, his expression softening as if recalling something personal. The room grew quieter, and even the host seemed to sense a shift in atmosphere. Instead of offering the usual professional response, Soo Kai smiled faintly and looked down for a moment. He began by praising Tan Songyun's professionalism. He spoke about her dedication on set, her ability to make scenes feel natural, and how comfortable it was working alongside her. These were expected compliments, but his tone carried something deeper. There was warmth in his voice, and viewers later noticed how carefully he chose his words. Then came the moment that changed everything. Soo Kai admitted that their connection went beyond simple co-stars. He explained that during filming, he often found himself genuinely looking forward to scenes with her. He described how conversations between takes would extend beyond scripts, sometimes turning into long discussions about life and goals. His words were calm, but they carried emotional weight. The interviewer leaned forward, clearly intrigued. The question that followed was direct. Was there something more behind those feelings? Soo Kai hesitated again, but this time the hesitation felt meaningful. He smiled, almost shyly, and said that he had developed special feelings during that period. He did not frame it dramatically. Instead, he spoke in a measured tone, explaining that admiration can grow naturally when two people spend significant time together. The internet exploded within minutes. Clips from the interview spread rapidly. Fans replayed the moment repeatedly, analyzing every expression. Some focused on his smile. Others pointed out how his voice softened when he mentioned Tan Songyun's name. The calm confession felt more powerful than a dramatic declaration. Back in the interview, Soo Kai continued. He clarified that his feelings were rooted in respect and appreciation. He emphasized that both of them maintained professionalism throughout their work. Yet, his honesty about the emotional connection resonated strongly with viewers. The host, sensing the significance, asked whether he had ever told Tan Songyun directly. Soo Kai responded thoughtfully. He said that certain feelings do not always need grand gestures. Sometimes, mutual understanding develops quietly. His answer left room for interpretation, fueling even more curiosity. As the interview progressed, the tone remained reflective. Soo Kai spoke about how working with someone who inspires you can change your perspective. He described how their collaboration helped him grow, both as an actor and as a person. The sincerity of his words made the moment feel genuine. Meanwhile, social media platforms were flooded with reactions. Fans created compilations of their scenes together, pairing them with clips from the interview. Comments poured in, ranging from excitement to disbelief. Some viewers expressed admiration for his honesty. Others debated whether the confession hinted at something deeper. The timing also added to the impact. December 2025 was already filled with entertainment headlines, but this moment stood out because of its subtlety. There were no dramatic announcements, no staged reveals. Instead, it was a quiet confession delivered in a calm setting that captured attention. Another part of the interview drew additional interest. Soo Kai mentioned that the most memorable moments often happen off-camera. He recalled shared laughter during breaks and how those small interactions shaped their working relationship. These details made fans feel closer to the story, as if glimpsing behind the scenes. By the end of the interview, the atmosphere felt different from the beginning. What started as a routine conversation had transformed into a heartfelt discussion. Soo-kai concluded by expressing gratitude for the experience and respect for Tan Songyun. His final words were simple, but they carried emotional resonance. Within hours, the clip had become one of the most discussed topics online. Fan communities dissected every second. Some praised the authenticity. Others speculated about future collaborations. The phrase viral interview became attached to the moment. The power of the scene lay in its restraint. There were no dramatic gestures, no loud declarations. Instead, the confession felt personal and sincere. The quiet tone allowed viewers to focus on the emotion rather than spectacle. Even weeks later, the December 2025 interview remained a reference point for fans. It was remembered not just for what was said, but for how it was said. The pause before answering, the thoughtful phrasing, and the genuine smile all combined to create a memorable moment. What made it truly unforgettable was the sense of authenticity. In an industry filled with carefully crafted statements, Soo-kai's calm honesty stood out. The interview did not confirm anything definitive, yet it sparked imagination and discussion. As the year came to a close, the moment continued to circulate, replayed, and shared across platforms. The quiet confession had achieved something powerful. It turned a simple interview into a cinematic scene that captured attention far beyond the studio. And in the end, it proved that sometimes the most impactful stories are not the loudest ones, but the ones delivered softly, leaving just enough mystery to keep everyone talking. In the days that followed, the interview continued to gain momentum across fan communities. New viewers kept discovering the clip, and each time it resurfaced, fresh reactions appeared. Some focused on the sincerity of Soo-kai's tone, noting how different it sounded from typical promotional interviews. Others highlighted the subtle smile that appeared whenever he mentioned Tan Songyun's name. These small details became central to discussions. Fan edits quickly began circulating. Scenes from their past collaborations were paired with moments from the December 2025 interview, creating emotional montages that intensified the narrative. Soft background music, slowed down glances, and behind-the-scenes clips were combined to tell a story that felt almost cinematic. Each edit attracted thousands of comments, with viewers sharing their interpretations. Meanwhile, interviews from earlier months were revisited. Fans searched for hints they might have missed before the confession. A clip resurfaced showing Soo-kai laughing during a press event while Tan Songyun teased him about forgetting a line. Another showed them exchanging a quick glance during a group interview. What once seemed like ordinary interactions now appeared more meaningful in light of his words. The media also began picking up the story. Articles summarized the interview, often emphasizing the calm and reflective nature of the confession. Unlike dramatic headlines, the tone remained focused on his honesty and respect. This balanced coverage helped keep the conversation grounded, though speculation still flourished among fans. One particularly discussed aspect was his comment about quiet understanding. Viewers debated what he might have meant. Some believed it hinted at unspoken feelings between them. Others argued it simply reflected professional admiration. The ambiguity kept the narrative alive, allowing multiple interpretations to coexist. As December moved toward the holiday season, the interview became associated with year-end reflections. Fans described it as one of the most memorable entertainment moments of 2025. Compilation videos titled Best Celebrity Moments of the Year often included the clip, further extending its reach. The quiet confession had transformed into a defining highlight. Interestingly, Tan Songyun's own appearances during that period added another layer of intrigue. In one event, she was asked about memorable collaborations. Her answer remained general, but she smiled warmly when mentioning teamwork and mutual growth. Though she did not reference the interview directly, fans immediately connected the moment. The subtlety only deepened the curiosity. Discussions also turned toward the idea of future projects. Many viewers hoped the two would collaborate again, believing their chemistry had real emotional depth. Comments expressing anticipation filled forums and video sections. The possibility of seeing them share the screen once more became a recurring theme. Despite the growing speculation, the overall tone remained positive. Fans appreciated the respectful nature of Soo Kai's words and the absence of exaggerated claims. The confession felt grounded, centered on admiration and personal growth. This sincerity resonated with viewers who valued authenticity. By the end of the year, the interview had taken on a lasting presence. It was referenced in discussions about genuine celebrity moments and shared as an example of understated honesty. The calm setting, the thoughtful pause, and the carefully chosen words combined to create something memorable. Even months later, whenever fans revisited their collaborations, the December 2025 interview inevitably resurfaced. It had become part of the narrative surrounding their connection, not because it confirmed anything definitive, but because it opened a window into emotion without closing the door on mystery. And that was what made the moment endure. It was not loud or dramatic. It was quiet, reflective, and sincere. Yet those qualities allowed it to leave a deeper impression, turning a simple interview into a story that continued to capture attention long after the cameras stopped rolling.